Hey, what's up everybody, the Jack Nerd here, bringing another quick custom showcase video, and these are probably like the last customs I would like to show off before I get to finish other things I need to work on, like pack and a couple more live streams, like one more live stream I want to do, maybe two more, who knows, we'll see what happens. But first off, for customs, we will, I don't think I really showed this off too much, is my custom Captain America from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is actually used by using a Mafex Infinity War Captain America with parts from the Legends. As you can see, it is painted up to look like Cap from the show. And it's got a really cool, unique function I built in. I put a magnet at the back of the shield, and I put a magnet into the forearm, so he can actually hold the shield in a different way. Yeah, this was a pretty fun custom to do. A lot of work went into it. This was actually inspired by Mojo Reviews. He actually has a YouTube channel, which I will post in the link down in the description below. Of course, he went into a little more of the sculpt work, and I'm not a very good sculptor, so I kind of like did it my own way. Maybe eventually I will try to figure out how to just redo everything, remove the paint, add some sculpt work, and actually make it look different and unique. The one thing I never really got done yet was the wings. I should try to finish these up before I leave, but we'll see how that goes. And of course, I've still got to add a magnet to the center there so that it can actually work. Just a quick size comparison with Cap, since I've used the Marvel Legends parts. Here we have the in-game Mafex Cap, and of course you can tell he's a little taller, but not by much. But yeah, worked out pretty damn good. Very fun custom to work on. One of my buddies has asked me to make him one, and it's just like, well, for one, you know, import figures are not cheap, and especially when you make customs and do them, they yeah. But so from there, I have a custom Thor figure I did. This is, I don't know, like it's inspired from the Love and Thunder Thor. I actually used parts from the Legends, because this is actually a knockoff of the Mafex Thor figure. So what I used was the torso, the abs, the thighs, and then the legs are from an SH Figure Arts that are all painted up to look like Thor's legs from Love and Thunder, along with the the forearm armor, and then everything else with the chest. Of course, it's not one-to-one accurate, but it was a fun custom to do. The reason why I got a KO was for the belt. So I just had this sitting around. I'm like, hey, might as well make something out of it. But yeah, it's got all the articulation. It looks really good. So it's, like I said, it's just a quick showcase. Got other stuff I got to do this evening. So just a quick size comparison. We have the Infinity War Thor figure here. So he's so this Thor is just slightly a little taller. Probably because of the head sculpt here. That's probably have to kind of that up a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, this was a pretty fun custom to work on, though. It really was. It really was. But yeah, it turned out really good. And this is kind of spoilers for maybe what Thor's going to look like in Continuum, the final outing of my Avengers Transformers crossover. So the next custom I want to do, talk about real quick. Well, for one, this is the version. The version I have right now in my hand is actually the version 2. The version 1 was a knockoff of a Mark 42 Iron Man armor, and this was an official Mark 42 that I used to make a custom Legionnaire. And well, you know how things usually develop, how things go around here. I actually bought a Mafex Mark 43 and kind of painted it up, but also gave my own take of the Legionnaire armor. As you can see, the Mafex has a lot more of those prominent details. That's why everything was able to work like it the way it did. As you can tell, it definitely is a lot different, a lot a lot more going on. One of my buddies says this one looks better because it's more organized. And then one of my other buddies says this one looks more robotic. But, I mean, then I really like this one because it's my own take, my own feel, my own look. And, you know, one thing I really like about this figure is it did come with a Tony Stark head, which had the which the mask was up. But this is what I did with it. I kind of made a Ultron-esque inspired battle damaged head, which actually was very fun to work on, just to kind of add something different and make it look really, really cool. Which kind of segues into my next custom. Now this one, everybody wants me to talk about. And actually there's a guy that I saw in some of the groups I posted this on Facebook that really wanted me to kind of like explain of how I did it. Well, this is my custom combination of the SH Figure Arts Ultron along with the Mafex Cyborg. So, I don't know where to begin. So, the shoulder pads I actually removed off of the SH Figure Arts. I actually cutted them off, and then using my Dremel, I smoothed out the inside to make them kind of like sink in more. So, the Cyborg shoulder pad actually goes into the Ultron shoulder pad. So, everything kind of flows into the way it does. And of course, the articulation's got bicep articulation, which is pretty fucking cool. And then here at the arms, all I did was remove the Cyborg arms, remove the Ultron arms, and just kind of just craggled them right here in that point. Excuse me. And as for the chest, I'll try to explain this as clear as possible. I'm just gonna tear off the arm just to kind of explain it just a little bit better. Go. So for the chest armor, I actually just tore apart the entire figure using some nippers and a Dremel. I was able to shape this entire chest, just this entire chest piece here, and I kind of like grind it on the inside just to kind of give it a little more of a so it can sink in for make it look more flush. So it's a very, I mean, you're literally like going like really decimating the figure in a way for everything to work and flow the way it does, right? But yeah, overall that's how it kind of came to be. It takes a little bit of cutting, a little bit of ingenuity. It's a process. It really is when you're combining two figures into one. One guy is like, oh, well, there was $300 where I already had the SH Figure Arts Ultron. I was thinking about buying another Ultron, but then I realized, wait a second. I'm making something better. Why do I need another version of the SH Figure Arts Ultron when that figure was complete crap, had jacked up articulation, when actually this has more articulation than the actual SH Figure Arts figure. So the head, I actually just... So I used some Milliput, just some white Milliput, kind of just put it in there. Eventually I got to paint the back of the head just to kind of give it more of that metallic feel. And just clicks on right there. And then the back, I just kind of, like I said, I cut it up the back. I shaved down the plastic, so just super glued the back pieces on, and bada bing, bada boom. Took off the butt plate, so now he's got a bigger cheeks. Can't believe I said that on camera. But, and then for the legs here, this was kind of a tricky part, right? So what I used was the main joint that's actually part of the Cyborg figure, and there's no peg hole in the Ultron leg. So what I did, I needed something to also hold this entire socket. So I took the armor bit off of Cyborg, and then using a Dremel bit, which is like kind of like a cutter. It's just got like this circle thing. It's got like it's probably about that thick. I just kind of lined it up and just grinded the inside where this part could fit into that. So just modifying it into a way where I can marry these parts and bits and pieces, right? So it doesn't have the whole like the whole thigh swivel right here where it did in the with the original figure. Hold on a second. That was not supposed to happen. There we go. Which, you know, I mean, it had that little thigh cut where it actually kind of spun a little bit. But he's got some little wiggly waggly there. So, I mean, I think that kind of counts, but not really. It's really not that hard of a custom to do. It really isn't. I'm just letting you know that. It's not that hard of a custom to do as long as you have the parts and you have the time and you have the proper tools. Just have a Dremel. A Dremel with, well, it's actually not the bit I have, I mean, not the bit I use, but you want to use like a bit like this right here to kind of like sand around the sides here, sand the inside a little bit. Then you want to kind of like right here and just kind of just go right in the center and pull it back out, and then you should just be able to like boom, craggle, boom, craggle. Everything flows into the way it does. Very simple custom, and it took me about maybe 20 minutes to assemble. It was very easy, very simple. The articulation is just 10 times better. You can actually give the figure some dynamic poses, like something like that, where he's like, yeah. Or just give him that, you know, that Ultron pose where he's kind of like floating in the air and he's like being like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm the ultimate being. I am Ultron. You know, boom, boom. But yeah, like I said, very simple, very easy custom to make. I mean, God, let's put you right there. I'm actually not going to paint it. It actually, I think it works the way it does with all the metallic differences with the metallic chrome, or the dulled down grays and metallic grays and silvers. You can see there's a little bit of reds from Cyborg there. Like, excuse me, like it actually works very well. But yeah, if you guys have the money and you can pony up the cash, I would recommend it. It's a very easy custom, especially if you're looking for a good Ultron or build a new Ultron, which of course I did. And let's get his father in frame real quick, aka, you know, Tony, Iron Man. So there's a quick size comparison right there for you of how, you know, shit. But yeah, like overall, this was a really fun, really easy custom to do. If you guys have the time and the money, you guys can do it. I would recommend it. If not, well, you can always ask me, and I'll do a commission. You know, I mean, this was a really easy custom to do. Very, very straightforward. I think it looks 10 times better than the original Ultron. But yeah, this was my last customs video. I hope you guys really like some of the stuff I've made for not only the crossovers with Captain Hydra, Madam Hydra, Crossbones, just to name a few, but also seeing what the future will hold for Fanboy Studios going forward, seeing certain brand new characters that will or might or may not make an appearance in the future. I'm not going to give any more spoilers for a while now. So, but yeah, I hope you guys like the customs. I hope you guys really enjoyed the content these past couple of years. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you. And I promise when Continuum is delivered, it will be the best closing chapter out of something that was how it all spawned. Was freaking in a shower. I just came up with it. Hey, crossover Transformers or Marvel. But from all of us here at Fanboy Studios, the F-Team Podcast, this is the Jack Nerd signing out. You guys have a good one.